Oh, it's already. What the heck? Already live? Yeah. Okay. Weird. Alright, well, good morning. I didn't even realize it was already live. See what music we can play. There we go. Okay. The sellers are loading up here. You can see them on the DOM and the heat map on the Sierra chart. A couple times they've already, there's 1,000 lots there waiting to get filled at the 88s. All right, we'll ride with them. You're at that 90s, 604, right there. See if they film me on that. I want a short here at 90 at the high, near the high of the open. Oh, they filled me? Yeah, they filled me. Wait, what? Oh, they filled me on one of them. Okay. I gotta remove these arithmetic notifications. They're noisy. Alright, so I'll short there. We'll be short here in this area. Stop will be on the Valor high of the other side of the auction. Still early for an entry, but seems like they have some momentum here to slow down price unless bulls want to squeeze full force. First scale will be at what? If we break the priority low, we definitely go lower, so it's not going to be there. Value low from this week is 84 of 555. That's pretty low, but we'll go there. Yeah, 555. we're short there. And there's a lot of activity here right at this area at the 90s. You can see it on the tape. Just don't know if the bears can hold so early in the morning. They might need a bounce into VWAP and then we see. So my stop's a little bit above that. Where's the put wall today? Did we already get those levels? Okay. 7.5, 2.8, 7.55. Oh, that's my target. Cool. So let's refresh that. Refresh the levels here. A refresh? Yeah, it's all the way down there. Okay. Give me a sec. Okay. Might not even do anything. Excuse me. I do want to add to this short at some point if we break below the party low. Gonna be, let's see, 76. Okay, we'll add 2 more lots here on this one. See how these flash so much. Okay. Add 2 on this one too. Okay. Okay, so we're short there from the 90s. 590s. Yeah, see if it holds up or not. The trade's put in. Oh my god. Now he's fucking texting me. Yeah. Well, that's that for now. We're a little bit above VWAP, but I do want to see, ideally, test VWAP and reject, but we'll see if it touches it or not. We're a few points away. The call wall's right here, right where we're trading. The right where VWAP overlaps as well. So pretty interesting. Hey, what's up, man? Good morning, Mr. Davis Bump. It sounds like. David, what's up, David? Good morning, man. Hey, the bulls are milking it, still holding here. It might just squeeze up, man. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Not even the gap down could have gotten them. That little pre-market news headlines. I think the reference for the day will be breaking below the prior day low, which is 75.77. Seems like right now, as long as that holds, they're gonna come test the other side of the auction at the 7600s, 7610s, let's just say. I am looking for shorts. I am short. So if you look at my chart there, there's like a red -7 at, and then it gives you the price where I'm short at. On the chart, it highlights, it shows where I'm short from and how many lots. But it's honestly, if you look at the delta column here on the DOM, the bulls are getting absorbed, but they're not getting pushed down, so they're probably gonna squeeze out of this pace. All the net selling that was sitting there hitting the tape passively is getting absorbed. why did I enter the short? Because we were trading below into prior day low. There was a bunch of passive selling waiting right there at this 90 area. There's a bunch of sellers right here at 90s. We're below VWAP. We're below the call wall. The call wall's right there. We're below it. The VWAP's right beneath it. We're testing the value area low. We were holding below it. With all the sellers tacking on now, they're passing. There are 10 points above it. So as the trades kind of played out, the bulls are clawing back some of the things that I was interested in. So they're clawing back some of the reasoning that I was entering short. Right? I like the fact that we're trading below the power value low. That's where my entry is right there, 590. We were passively selling below it, below opening, gapping down below VWAP, tested the power day low, and yeah, those are the variety of reasons why. Ideally, I mean, if you wanted to take the appropriate short, it would be waiting for the power day low to break and hold below as resistance. But I think I have a good entry. There's still more selling coming in. You can see it right there on the heat map. They're still hitting the tape right there. There's someone else waiting to sell there. I haven't seen this amount of passive selling in a while on the tape. You can see there's like a red rock there. Had taken the long after open for a short. I think at least for the A swing to H. Well, you know, different strokes for different folks, you know. I think as long as we're below VWAP, the short can, that's kind of like my line in the sand, so to speak. We'll see what the MFE and MAE end up being after this trade plays out, if it takes me out or not. So average short is 90, and then the drawdown has been 6 points so far. Then we'll evaluate at the end of the trade whether the MFE was favorable enough to make this worth it or too early, right? We will see. Oops. The singles, not the, yeah, I mean, there's a single down there, but my main target's going to be the Valor high from Thursday, which is the 50s, kind of like the 7555, the Valor high from, Valor high from, I think it was Thursday. So we'll initially target there, and then if they bounce at the 55s, then, you know, then reclaim priority low at 77s, then I'll have to kind of lay off the gas there. But ideally the 755, that's the Valor high from what was it, Thursday, and then it was also Valor, the PDH, the priority high from Tuesday and from Wednesday. So the 755s or the 55s, let's just say, because we're close to it, there's like an overlap there. It was the priority high from Tuesday, Wednesday, and it was the Valor high from Thursday after we had that impulse move up. So 55s is the area of interest for a target down. So not really the singles, because the singles are at 38s. for primary target. You know, I'll trail and see if we can get down there to the singles. That would be also appropriate. The Valerie high from that 2-day composite profile, what is it? 7.5, what is it? I have my chart here. 7.543, so it's near those singles. 7.543 is the 2-day composite. This one right here. This 2-day composite profile is 7.43, so around there, near the singles. I don't really want to target the singles. Sometimes they're a trap, you know. They hit sometimes, but I'm gonna hit the battle areas instead. They're pushing. There's a little battle here going on. So far, bulls are absorbing all the passive selling that's hitting the tape here. But we'll see. We will see who takes control. This is like literally the middle of the auction from Friday. The 90s. It was the middle. We went up about 20 points, down 20 points from this area on Friday. I feel like, thanks, man. Let me see here. I guess I should ask. I mean, you guys. Some people could be waiting for a trade, which is the most appropriate thing to do, given that we're very choppy here. There's a lot of inventories getting taken, so a lot of transactions are getting filled, but there's not much movement. So we'll see which side imbalances here. Let's see where neutral is. Neutral. There's a setup here where I would like to add to the trade as it goes down, but it's got to break that priority low first. Priority low breaks, then we got a momentum to break, to add into the trade. But welcome everyone. Looks like we got a peak viewership here at some point. Thanks for tuning in. The priority low is a structural area, right? It's always a reference point for control in some capacity. Right there, 77s. We break below that and use that as resistance. It's an area to add for, add to the trade. Around here. Target this area. This is where I'm targeting more or less. This area. Right. This is the value area high from that Thursday profile. I'm sorry, from Wednesday's profile. And it's also the part where we kind of held before we ramped up into the 80s on Thursday after that impulse move up. So let's see if they can revisit that area. I'm a little bit above that zone at the 60s, 5 points above. Where are you from? Like short from, or like literally where I'm from, like the country? Let's see here. I gotta change the font on this one. The overlap is no good. Profile. Font size. There we go, much better. All right. See if this plays out or not. It's still slow slump. I mean, the open had a lot of momentum and it's just kind of dried out. So as of right now, the reference into the rest of the session was the amount of absorption that we had here at the 90s. It was massive. I really thought the bulls were going to take it, just given the way we're grinding into the area. They still can, as long as we're above that prior day high, prior day low, sorry. But from 90 all the way to 94, 95, there was a ton of massive buy side and sellers absorbing it passively. So that's a reference point for later down the road. That inventory, we'll see if it's still there later in the session. So you are using Sierra charts for everything in the center, and yes, that is correct, David. The DOM is from Jigsaw, and then the Sierra charts everything else. Good morning. How goes it? What platform are you trading on these days? Sierra chart is what I have, and then like the gentleman asked above there, the DOM that you see on the left side, further left side of the screen, is the Jigsaw DOM. Country, I am from the United States, US. Why don't you use the DOM? To be honest, I don't like it. Here it is. Oops, I don't know what that is. I haven't opened it in a while. I do not like the way it looks. Here is a side-by-side comparison. Ignore the green candles. I don't know what that is. I have to remove that. Must be an error. But if you look at them side by side, I don't know. I just don't see the same momentum, tails. I don't see... It just doesn't look right. My eyes are maybe used to the Jigsaw DOM, so I appreciate it a little differently. But it just looks, in my eyes, I can read the DOM on the Jigsaw cleaner than I can the one on Sierra. I'm sure that maybe there's some settings that I can adjust on Sierra chart that are maybe not adjusted on here to make it a little closer to the Jigsaw DOM. But I'm used to looking at the Jigsaw DOM as well. I put in thousands of hours looking at the Jigsaw DOM, and they just don't look the same. Like, I've tried staring at it, and something feels off on the DOM from Sierra. So I have one, I just don't use it. That was a nice little bounce. Where was that at? The open? They bounced off the open there. Yeah, no problem. I mean, it's just preference, I guess. I'm sure that there's some settings that I can adjust on the DOM for Sierra. I can tweak it a little bit to get it similar to the Jigsaw DOM, possibly. I just have not committed that time. And the other thing that I do like also about Jigsaw is the ability to adjust orders quickly. On the Jigsaw DOM, I can't do that on Sierra chart. I can't adjust orders quickly if I wanted to. Like right now, I can go click on whatever price on the Sierra on the DOM for Jigsaw, and I can move my limit order immediately. I don't think I can do that on the Jigsaw DOM. I'm sorry, on the on this DOM here. Like I can click on a center price, check this out. Click on this price right here and my order will move up there. I can't do that on Sierra. I have small little things like that that and then making OCO orders is so easy. If I were to cancel all my orders and I wanted to OCO differently, it's much easier to do it on the Jigsaw DOM than it is on the Sierra chart DOM. So for order execution, order management, I think it's just better overall for the Jigsaw DOM. Sweet setup, Leon. Hey, thanks, man. Mr. 5D Mindset. Damn, 5th dimension. Let's go. Give me a sec. All right. Cool. Cool. Back. But yeah, thanks for the questions, guys. This is great. This is a fun stream. There we go. This is Mo Betta. You know me from the past. Reno Trader. Oh, welcome back, sir. Welcome back, Mr. Reno. I think ISM just came out. Yeah, a few minutes ago. ISM just came out. PMI rises more than expected in May. I think that's what that little push was a few minutes ago. Hey, all these bulls are absorbing this. It looks like just an open auction. Kind of both ways, trading passively. No one really able to impulse price away from anything meaningful. We'll see if anyone gives up. The reference area again is going to be the... At this point, there's two edges. There's an edge where they absorbed all that buying above the 590s. So from like 590 to 595. And then the prior day low, which is a structural area that needs to hold for bulls. So my assumption would be, as long as the bulls hold the prior day low, there's a very high chance we squeeze. So that's the other side of whatever I'm trading right now, right? Because I'm short. So if the prior day low holds on all this effort from the sellers and they do not get rewarded with a prior day low break, then the bulls can squeeze, I would assume, going into the IB or a little bit after, going into Euro close, something like that. Yeah. So at some point, all that inventory it's gotta get out of the way. Either the buyers will get out of the way or the sellers do. One side will give up. Right now, it's given the higher time frame and everything, I would assume time is on the side of bulls, given the macro backdrop. But we'll see, I'm sure, and I believe that the risk to reward is favorable enough to remain short. I really want to see the IB form below the prior day low, like a few points below it, the IB. We still have about half an hour before that forms. Got a lot of people that are neutral today, which is very, I agree with, more or less neutral. And we have some bears, a little bit of bull, more neutral. That's fair. Do you have you made so that Sierra automatically draws? Yeah, all the levels on my charts are drawn automatically, every single one. I don't annotate anything manually. So everything is automatically plotted there. I have other charts on the other screens that plot other levels that are more higher time frame. But yes, I don't like to manually draw out levels that are structural. It's too much work to have like a manual adjustment period for everything. Takes too much time. More headlines in the oil. That's kind of the reason we dipped here pre-market, was the some Iran headlines that came in through the wire that made us move a little lower. There was this overnight, so let's see here. Overnight we had some big sellers waiting on the tape. Sorry, this one right there, waiting above 620s. There are massive sellers there. Waiting above the 620s, which is ironically the high of the overnight session. I posted this last night here, and then 620s is right there, right here, the overnight high where those sellers were sitting. So that was interesting coming into the open. NIB, when the IB low create first IB break. Yeah, it is. It's like 78% here. I have the stat here. Or is it? The last 2 years, the stat is 78% probability of one breaking. 78. The last 2 years of stats. 78% that one of them breaks. They're piling in. There's more sellers piling in, dude. They keep piling. I have another screen over here with just all the passive orders. They are piling in over 90s. And last question I have. Small screen, no worries, man. Any question is fair game. Do you profile different sessions? No, just New York only. Just New York only. Only the New York volume sessions I have for. I guess my weekly profile that I have in my monthly one, it does have the the overnight session. So the weekly profile does have that data. So I guess I do in some way, but it's the higher time frame one, not the daily ones. A good question though. The blue profiles in the top right, I know they're small on the screen anyway. I have another chart right above that that's bigger, but it's only the New York session. Are you working with daily, weekly, or what time frame? The VWAP? The one I have on the bottom right corner. Let me actually. So the VWAP that's on here and here, these two bottom charts, it's the full session VWAP. So the one from starting from the overnight session. And then this one here, this one has VWAP. These are monthly ones. So all the little lines you see, if you can see them, these are all monthly VWAP. So the start of every month, I anchor a VWAP there. So mostly just tracking the overnight session coming into New York. It's just a full session VWAP essentially. Full session. Just full session. It's my daily reference one that I use. Huh. The I don't know if I don't have a weekly VWAP, but I do have the monthly ones. They're good references. I mean, the way I use the monthly ones is like I use them for the standard deviations, not really the VWAP itself, like the center one, but the standard deviations of price. I do use it for that. It kind of gives me context on how strong the trend is on a monthly basis. So on a monthly basis, if we're trading above the first standard deviation, if it's the April and May monthly standard deviation on the first, then that tells me contextually that there's a strong uptrend in a higher time frame. Right now we're coming off of the second standard deviation right here. We're riding it all the way through. These are monthly ones from April and May. And then now we're trading below right here, below the May first standard deviation. So in other words, we're seeing a pullback. Right? We got the second standard deviation, and the first one was support. All right, it was support. These, let me draw smaller circles here. Support, and now it's acting as resistance. Potentially wants to visit the same area I have referenced right here. The May 1st VWAP. So now there's some news. This is definitely gonna be news oriented or something. It's like a pushing out of nowhere. But yeah, the May 1st VWAP is what we're targeting more or less, which is also the value high from Tuesday, Wednesday. You got momentum push there on something. I didn't see, there's nothing of good volume behind it. It just seems like volatility. We'll see if it breaks. Still holding the short, just patiently waiting. There's more sellers piling in again. Man, these sellers, if they don't get paid, they're gonna fucking get wrecked. Pretty basic visual for the market state with them bands. Yeah, it is. Yeah, pure and basic with value zones to validate. Yeah, yeah, it's a good reference area for sure. You know, it's all volume based, which is the reason I like it. It's not like a moving average based on price movements. It's based on volume transacted and trend, and momentum, so to speak. So I think it's a little better than a moving average, in my opinion. It's a lot better than a moving average. It's a little more true to price. Ain't nothing but a brand name. Yeah, there's still long delta too. Where's the delta? 7.4? Dang, 7.436. How long you been I think like 3 years, give or take. I'd say 3 years. That's fair. What is it, 2023? Yeah, 2023. Like 3 years. Have you tossed out volume profile? Wait, what? You tossed out volume profile and using... No, I mean the volume profile is right there. So these columns right here, it's divided into two profiles, a time-based profile and then the volume-based profile. I have both profiles up here on all my profile charts. So I have a volume one on the right and then a time-based one on the left. So I lean more on the volume than I do the time, but I reference both. The volume is more important to me. Sometimes there's divergences in between the two, which is important to annotate for myself. You know, sometimes you have instances where you spend a lot of time, but not a lot of volume transacts. That's an interesting divergence, right? Or the inverse, you have a little bit of time, but a ton of volume, right? There's the rush to fill orders in a short amount of time. That also is a good reference. So that's the reason I like to have both. I think I'm wrong. I think this is not going to break down, dude. They're just defending this massively. I'm just going to hold until they break above VWAP and go from there. But if they hold over VWAP, I think there's a high chance they squeeze. We'll see if they do that. VWAP's right there at 96. Is kind of near the high of the current session. There's a high chance I could be wrong here, given just the amount of support they've had all morning. Huh? This pattern with range bound PA's classic Wyckoff spring. At some point they'll put in the Wyckoff break above or below, and you know that fakes out. It's just a tight range so far. Right now, currently that Wyckoff spring is at the low end of this. So you're not wrong. Right now the Wyckoff spring is right here. This little area. Right when they probe below the open, a little bit before they opened. You need something? What? Sorry. Yeah, what you're saying is Wyckoff, right, like this. At some point they do the spring. This is that potentially here. This, the macro part. This swing high? Oh, okay. I mean, I don't typically draw them out, to be honest, ever, but that makes sense. Just waiting still. Let's see. Okay. If we break down, we definitely can flush. If we can break out, we have a lot of momentum built into this little area now. So we'll see what they do, but overall, it's not looking good for the Bears, man. And they've been getting smoked for months, and then right now they kind of have they had momentum on in their favor at the open, but they might have dropped the ball. I'm short and I'm saying this, but I think they might have dropped the ball again. Chips are doing pretty fucking good today, and Lord knows that when the chips go, Nasdaq pumps. I don't know if that's enough to get it to break out, but the chips are doing well today. Mag 7's pretty decent with, but we'll see. We'll see. Patiently waiting here for this to resolve itself. We've been range bound all morning essentially now. If we break and expand, then there's a high chance we get a nice impulse move. We should at least. It could be in either direction at this point, to be honest. It becomes so binary. The IB is about to form. And unfortunately, the Bears were not able to form the IB. Anything below, I mean, it's kind of below the why does this one show the wrong IB? What the fuck? Let me fix this. IB. Oh, I have it hidden, that's why. Oh, that makes sense. Never mind. That's the open. The IB is below the priority low. Ideally, is what I want to see break, but given the lack of momentum and everything, I have to kind of take profit there at the IBL if it breaks. The orange is the point of control, so it's like orange color, I guess. And then the purple is the midnight VWAP. The midnight open VWAP. All the internals are red, but they got some individual sectors that are still green. What the heck? It just says Rick has... What happened here? Is there even a thumbnail on this? I'm just looking at the stream right now. The details look weird. I don't even... How did you guys find this stream? This is weird. Let me look at my details here. Is there even a thumbnail on this? Yeah. Oh, there's not. The heck? That is so weird. Okay. Interesting. Are you guys like returning viewers, or what's the reason you clicked on the thumbnail? I'm looking at my video and I realized that there is no thumbnail or anything on it. It's just a screen with whatever shows on there. And it just says Rick Castro live stream. What the? Oh man. Let me see if I can fix this. Interesting. Trippy. All right. All right. Well, I fixed that. I'll let this thing kind of play out, but thumbnail, backslash. Cool. See what happens here. Yeah, I'm curious now. See if anyone wants to vote on this. That'd be helpful. Poll. Thumb. See if that helps a little bit. Super exhausting setup overall. Let's see what plays out. IB's formed now, so. How is it? Wait, how's what? How is what? Michael, welcome back, dude. I remember your name. I'm pretty sure you've been here before. How is it? It's good, man. It's good. It's good. Damn, I was thinking you won't remember me. Yeah, man, I do. I remember that your Sinsev. That name rings a bell. It registers. Not the first name. I've had a few Michaels, but your first. I don't know if that's your last name or what that is, but I remember that part. That part of the username. Welcome back, sir. Okay, they're finally trading below the open. That's a first. We've been bouncing off of it. See if they get momentum past this area down into that. Glad to be here with you. Hey man, welcome back, sir. Good to have you. Two places. Again, I have to be anyway. You know, I think was it Thursday? So Thursday, if we think about the news and everything, if it's true, the talks and everything are not going as planned and they're walking it all back. No, I'm gonna close this. So Thursday, I gotta wait for the scanner to go away. Come on, scanner. Go away. I'll just minimize it. All right. So Thursday we had this large move away from the 730, the 530s here on Thursday, and that brought us all the way into the 80s. If the news that got us moving in that direction, this large impulse is being unwound because we moved up on that news headline, in theory we should be trading back here in this balance area. But we'll see, you know. If that news is unwound and that's no longer relevant or true, then we should be trading lower. But we'll see. We will see. They're still not really breaking it, dude. This is this is still holding. And the only thing, the thing I don't like is that when we're dropping on very slow and low volume. This is not a good sign for the bears. They're not getting an impulse. We need an impulse down. Look at the volume. It's like anemic on the way down. They're willing to those bears are willing to trade at higher prices closer to VWAP, but not below. So this might not work out for them, dude. Let's see. They came right into the open and then they failed again to break. Man, oh man. What's new? No, not much new. Taking time off, less about. Okay. Well, I'm sure taking time off is good, man. Not much. Trading's good. Been trading for a while. Yeah, it's been more volatile for sure as a result. been like that since the inauguration, pretty much. Interlaken? No, Lucerne. Lucerne and Geneva. Yeah. Well, man, welcome back. I mean, ease into it slowly. I wouldn't even, given that same backdrop, right? The theoretical announcements, theatrical announcements. There's still a lot of that. So I think the only way to mitigate that is trade small, trade nimble. And you know, that's pretty much it. Most of those announcements, at least at this time within this year, have been beneficial to the upside. Anytime there's an announcement on his behalf, as opposed to before, I think early March, February of last year, with the tariff stuff, it was downside first, then upside. So ever since like the recovery in May of last year, it's just been upside on the headlines. There was Iran conflict for a little while, but it was only like a month long. Now all the announcements resolved to the upside. Yo, the tape just died, bro. Look at this. Look at the DOM. What the fuck? Anyway, we're still holding it short. Tape's pretty much dead at this point. There's a lot of inventory that's been getting filled. You can clearly see here on the on this little Renko chart, a bunch of the volume that's transacted all over the tape. So at this juncture, it's pretty simple. I mean, we either break below the priority low, imbalance, hold below, something like that, lower, or they break above EWAP on some news. Right, they hit the news, the news hits the wire at some point. Something will hit the news. If it does, it holds above EWAP, and that'll create momentum to the upside. Right, because there's just so much inventory now built. The master manipulator of the market. Yeah, it does. I mean, I think there was an instance in October where we sold off like top to bottom 2%, closed at the low of the week, day, sold off into the close, and then the following Sunday we gapped up like 1%. So yeah, it's been a very manipulated directional market, yeah. And I say directional because it's been to the upside most times. I'll be right back. All right. As with this volatility, the big trade is buy a straddle at the market pick direction for the summer. Yeah, I mean the straddle is good too because the VIX is at 16, so I guess it's not wrong. The VIX is low, so volatility picks up. You get paid on the direction and also the implied volatility increasing. So you're not wrong. I don't know. You could, if there is no volatility, then you get crushed. But I guess given the history of the last 2 years is almost a guarantee there will be some sort of volatility in a year. Yeah, I'm not really open to buying straddles and stuff, but that makes sense. When the IV is cheap like this. And you usually get, I think the bond markets around the world might cause some sort of volatility at some point. Right now they're just like being ignored. So I don't disagree. I think that the black swan or the gray swan, because it's a known issue, is the bond markets. Bond market issues with Japan and the US. France, I think, had a high bond market in Germany. Things like that. I think those can cause some volatility at some point. Because what's the 10-year rate right now? Let's see, Google 10-year bond market. Still bouncing. Yeah. 4.5, yeah, that's pretty high. We're near the highs of what the last, historically. Let's look at this. The last 5 years, we've been pretty consolidated, but we peaked out at 4.7. We're pretty close to that. We peaked out again here at 4.6, January 1st. Peaked out again in April. This was like during that sell-off we had back 2 years ago. We hit 4.67. We're pretty close to it. We're headed for another one of those peaks again. Those peak moments. So 2023, this was October. This was the bottom of the AI movement. You guys remember the bear market from 2022 to 2023? Bond yields peaked out at 4.7 when they released the whole AI wave. That's when bonds peaked out. 2023 October. The market reversed and went higher from there in 2023. And then we have another one in April when bonds peaked out during that tariff war. This literally almost was near the bottom of the stock market as well. And then we have, what is this one? January 2025. What was this? I don't remember this one, this peak here. Interesting. Then we have another one here. The thing is, like, when these bond yields peak out like this, usually they're bottoms in the market. The irony is this time around we're at the high. So I don't know. I don't really know the movement on this, what it'll result in. Does it mean is it gonna do the inverse? I don't know. Bond yields are about to peak out. Not too far off. Like what, 0.2, like 20 basis points away. Anyway, thanks for you guys tuning in. If you guys have any questions or anything, let me know. So anytime you see a little red, you can't see it on this chart because I have it pretty zoomed in or zoomed out, but right there's like a little line. That means there's a lot. There's a lot. Anything over 300 lots sitting there on the offer passively will highlight as red. So I have another chart on my left side that shows me there's like 302 lots waiting to sell there. So there's a seller moving down and waiting to fill some more orders. If they're below, then that means they're bids waiting to buy. What about oil? What about it? Like, where is oil going? I don't really watch oil, but what's the question regarding oil exactly? Oh, you mean, oh yeah, that's right. Oil being a sort of like gray swan or black swan event. That also definitely can be a black swan event, definitely. The market for the large part has been ignoring that. I think the reserves are almost going to be out or should already be out. Let me see. Let me see when they run low if we can find it. What are they, like GSP reserves that they were called? GSP oil reserves. Oh no, they're the SPR. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, when they run those out. Let's see what this one says. Let's see what this one says here. This was as of April 24th, a month in. This is the weekly strategic petroleum reserves. This was like a month ago already. We're in June, so they haven't updated it yet. This is from the government, a government site, it looks like. Interesting to see where this is. The reserves at this rate, they were at a drop-off point. But yeah, definitely could be another race one event for sure. So not a bad comment there. Let's get it. Shit. Still holding it short, man. This thing's fucking slow. See if they puke this out or not. As we sell off into the tail end of this, I want to see momentum kind of flush in. You know, that'll hint that we can continue further lower. But if it taps into that IB low, that IB low with low volume, I'm gonna have to cover most of my short because that's likely a failed breakdown. So we'll see. Sell weekly at the money to collect data while you wait. Yeah, I don't really mess with that. Option straddles are at the money. You could. I don't know what the reward skew is to that over time. My Boeing's down 3% today. Sheesh, what the hell? Interesting. Treasury will bring the Fed to keep below 5%. I mean, they'll have to print to do that, right? Treasury. Or the Treasury can buy all the yields, yeah. But they'll have to print, right? Don't they need the capital to bring them below? Because the issue they're running into, the wall they're running into is the demand, destruction of those bond yields. There's less available buyers at the 4.7. Yeah, they're the backstop for sure. I mean, they've been the backstop, and I think a percentage of that liquidity is always them. But then you have the countries that are typically buyers, like Japan and China, are not. Japan has their own problems with their own bond market. Their hands are tied. Yo, come on, bro. Like, what the fuck? I'm tired of holding this shit. Oh, man. Intel and AMD shares fall as Nvidia sets its sights on a new market. Huh. Nvidia sets its sight on a new market? What market's that? Interesting headline. Let's see. PC market? Oil jumped $7. Iran ceasefire faced its biggest setback yet. That's old news. I know. How did that come about? Oh, damn. Damn. Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, that's nice. I know. NQ probably break IB high. I mean, given where it is, it looks like it's about to. It's like really, it's like a few points away, so really hard not to see it do that. Definitely. NQ's like what? I don't even know. I'm just eyeballing it here, but it's so close to the IBI. The NQ hasn't broken the overnight low or the overnight high, so it still has a big chance it can squeeze to the overnight high. We'll see if it does do that or not. What sectors are good on it? Let's see. Probably software. Yeah, it's a lot of software. Oh, it's cybersecurity. Software. Yeah, a lot of software cybersecurity. Interesting. Yeah. Yeah, Nvidia's up 4% too. Dude, there's a lot of internal strength on the NQ right here. You got Nvidia up 4%, MU up 5%, ARM up 15%. And then all the cybersecurity names are green today. And then all the softwares except for App11 are up today as well. So a lot of internal strength there. Definitely. So Nvidia's trying to enter the PC market back again, huh? Interesting. We'll see if it resolves to the upside again. Still short here, holding. Sellers held their ground. Like, they really put their foot down for the first time and have passively absorbed a bunch of bids from 590 to 595. The only kicker is that they have not been rewarded with the break of the priority low. So we'll see if they manage to do that. Still waiting here. We've been holding this short for hours. I'm being dramatic, but it's about an hour and some time. And there's some internal strength on the Nasdaq that really is the reason why the S&P's hold. I can see now why the S&P's holding up so well. There's a lot of outperformance in software, individual chips. That's really holding this thing together like glue. See, there's like a little bit of a tape waking up here. A little bit of 805, not much. I don't know if there's news, but momentum's kicking in here. Just a tad. See if this results in actual movement. Double entry bookkeeping is used. Wait, what? Can you elaborate? I don't know what that means. Bulls are absorbing more of the selling again here into the 8. Dude, this is fucking exhausting. I can't anymore with this shit. Well, hold it. Again, that's the trade thesis is not paid out. Bulls have definitely held the open, which is very interesting. The open was right here at the, what, 80s? Yeah, like 82 or so. If they get above VWAP, which is in the 595s, I will likely get squeezed out of this short. And right now it seems like they're heading in that direction. The delta is picking up. You can see it's all blue. From that few minutes when it just woke up. Delta picked up, pace picked up a little bit. See if it continues. It's around that time Euro close. Going into Euro close, if they cannot break it lower, likely the default mode kicks in, just goes higher. Look up the Economist Klein. Then he breaks it down. Fuck. Let's see here. We got thumbnail. One person, I think. Thanks for voting, guys. Return viewer 50%. All right, some of you guys are first time. Thanks for tuning in. Some of you guys are return viewers. Thanks. And some clicked on the thumbnail. Thumbnail, I was an accident. I don't know what happened there this morning. I think I clicked on the wrong OBS screen. I'll look up that Economist later, but thanks for sharing, man. Could be a scam, could not, who knows. So look, at the end of the day, the house of cards will fall or not. I think they'll glue it together to keep it intact, just because it benefits everyone. The difficulty about going down rabbit holes of like macroeconomics and shit, it's like it's not really useful. Or maybe it is, I don't know. As far as like being paranoid and figuring out it's all a scam, I mean, they glue it together. Dude, there's a lot of momentum. They keep buying here. Are they gonna pay them or what? Right on my entry here too. The tape woke up a little bit and they're just trying to flare it higher. Delta's kicking in. You can see it's like not just small size, it's triple digit buy side. They're trying to push it. See if they reward them or not. I'm trying to get paid, man. Give me the fucking money. Give me my money. Give me my money, Brian. Where's that YouTube video from fucking Family Guy? When you need it. Let's see. Here, we'll play it here. This is me right now, dude. This is me right now. This is getting out of hand, bro. Like, come on. You just fucking pay Rick, bro.
Hey. Hey there. So, it's been 24 hours. Got my money?
Get my money. It's been 24 hours.
Friday, I'll have it for you. Oh, that's funny. I could have sworn I said have it today. Yeah, I don't have it. Sorry.
Come on.
Well, all right then. That's
This is me right now. I'm about to break this screen.
Yeah, that hurt? That hurt? What the hell? Yeah, it feels so good, does it? No, huh?
Yeah, you get the point. I'm about to go nut. I'm gonna break the screen. Just kidding. I wouldn't do that, but my let's just say my patience has been tested this morning. No time to fight the AI super cycle. It's real, but disrupting most legacy enterprise business who is not transforming their business. I mean, it's like any industry over time, right? Like you either innovate or you get left behind. what happened with e-commerce, right? Online retail businesses, like a lot of them got either swallowed whole or they survived because they adapted. Same thing with we're just having another cycle. It's just different. Same thing with e-commerce, right? Retail businesses, a lot of mom and pops or just small brick and mortar stores, they got gobbled the fuck up. They got eaten up, you know, by Amazon and eBay and those that did transition into online stores, and from that came like Shopify, you know, the app that helps people online businesses, Gymshark that competed with other legacy fitness workout equipment or brands. Like other stuff came from it that use that innovation as a forefront of their technology and offerings. So we're in an interesting time. I mean, honestly, I'm very excited for the next 5 years, 5-10 years. Like when the whole e-commerce thing first came out, I was young. I was like 15, 14. I was too young to understand what was happening in the world. From an innovative standpoint, from a standpoint of like, this is a profitable growth curve over the course of the next 10 years. Like, where do I invest, right? Like that. I didn't understand what was possible at the time. And it's been 10 years since then. It's been 10 years and I just in a different I have more understanding of the marketplace now. So it's a very exciting place if you're an investor or you're an adopter of this technology, using it. It's an amazing time to be alive if you're old enough to comprehend what's happening around you. But I don't disagree. It's eat or be eaten kind of environment. Come on. The Dow is picking up too. It's coming back into the overnight low. It looks like we're gonna have a full-blown reversal, bro. The Dow is coming in pretty hot here. The Nasdaq is above VWAP. They might fucking get this shit squeezy here. I'm still short, but I can see the Dow reversing here and putting in like a failed breakdown. We'll see. We will see. Here's another question. I'm always asking this question, but let me see. Do you use AI? Do you use AI day to day? Often. Yes, no. And like, I don't mean it like, I hope this, I should have clarified. I don't think I have enough room to clarify, but I don't mean it like as a chat bot, you know, like level 1 usage where you're just like asking it a question like it's a Google search, you know? I mean, like, do you use it like agentically or like for actual reports and things like that? Stuff that it's probably has a higher rate of return on than just a query box. Actually, I have something to share too. Let me put this here. You guys want to copy this? Rating view. It's free actually. Put that in the free trading view indicator for levels. Plotted. There we go. End message. Boom. Yes, you got an answer. Yes. Proud of you, man. Way to go. Unless some of you guys are those eco-friendly, concerned citizens of water usage in our AI data centers, and you know, I understand why you might not use it. Kind of. 100% can affect the microstructure, but investors need to understand the real system behind the exact capital financial cartel. There's like a seller right there at the point of control for 1,000 lots. The fuck? You guys see that? Here, watch. There's a seller right there. 1,000 lots right there at one. Oh shit, my drawing tool. On the DOM, you can see it. It shows up as 990 lots, but Sierra is showing the full size there for about 1,100 lots. Let's hope he does something with that, because Lord knows I've been waiting. Oh, he went away. Did he go away? Sierra's still showing him there. But, oh, he got filled. Because there's 1,900 lots there at the column filled. Let me see. Did he get filled or what? No, he's still there. He's still there. Very difficult to think exponentially, but this is curling with recursive learning by these new agents. Hermes. I haven't used the Hermes agent, but I have not used any of those yet. That's always interesting to see how to incorporate those day to day. How do you use it? A lot of you guys, well, so far 3 votes all use it. That's very good. Anything? Yo, bro, I'm about to throw a BF. You guys know what a BF is? They're pushing, man. NQ is well. I think it already broke the IB high. Yeah, I did break the IB high already on the NQ. About to throw a BF, bro. There's a buyer showing up under the tape now. Yeah, he went away. Oh, the delta's printing positive again, just like earlier. They did this earlier too, but I don't know. This time seems a little different, man. They might just squeeze this time around. Let's see if they stop me out. It was 900 then 19. Okay, so filled in 2 lots. Yeah. But it didn't do anything. Like, these guys, like, they fill, but I don't know if they're filling to exit or... No, there's no way to fill exit because they're at the top end. They're hitting the offer, so they're definitely short. Either selling a position or whatever. It is amplified intelligence. That's a good way to look at it. I have no idea what I'm watching. I mean, are you here to trade? I mean, that's funny. He's like, I have no idea what's going on the screen, but I'm here. I'm entertained. Keep me entertained. I mean, so either I'm gonna make money or lose money. You're about to see. That's what I can, just generally what I can say. That's generally what I can say. That was hilarious. If you have any questions, let me know. That's funny. Yeah, NQ's still pushing. See what this one looks like. Yeah, it just looks like a consolidation base. Where's the little drawing tool I got here? It looks like a little U, but a we'll see what they do. I'm still patiently waiting in this trade. Five votes, all say yes. All right. The tape, I mean, look at the DOM. Let's look at it. Just look at the screen. It's barely inching forward, up and down. There's no real participation. This might be one of those days where we just chop around, and then at the end of the day, that's when they kind of maybe initiate the real movement. Never done trading because it seems a bit intimidating. I'll watch your vids. I mean, honestly, I think if you have time, you're better off just kind of maybe digging into the live stream. Probably more beneficial for your time. I always think in returns on time, right? Returns on time. If you wanna kind of spread your time, probably in the best, most useful way. I think the live streams are probably more useful. Long-term investing, I agree with that. Like, it's better to just do long-term investing. I wouldn't worry too much about the trading part. What are you positioned in long-term, Mr. Jiggy? I think the longer term horizon thing is probably better, honestly. For you, 5D, it does everything. Agentic systems. Yeah, it does everything for the most part. Yeah. I have a few agents that I run day to day. You know, technically they're agents. They run automated systems for me, screening reports based on structure, gamma levels that I create based on options data, and then it gets automatically posted onto X for everyone to see. Yeah. I mean, honestly, if you don't use AI in your trading to automate and free up some of your time and to also help you make like some objective analysis, you're missing something. You can trade without it, but it definitely helps a lot. It gives a huge advantage for your mental bandwidth. Okay. At some point, if this does fade out with momentum, and this does not take out the VWAP, then I do want to add to this trade. Because I want to maximize the risk. And my line in the sand is VWAP. Which is right now at 595, somewhere around there. But there's no tell yet that this is going to fade outside of it just like popping and then coming down. If you're not looking into this, things took off 4 or 5 months ago with a better harness and I don't really care about the underlying and how all of it changed or whatever benefited. All I care about is like bettering my life using these systems. Not really interested in looking into how things took off or whatever. It's a waste of my time. I filter everything in terms of like time committed to return on that time committed, right? I don't really care if it doesn't benefit me to learn it. I don't waste time on it if it's not going to give me a return. So learning about like some certain subjects or certain things, if they don't have an immediate return on the things that I'm already working towards or doing, I just don't even do it. I'm just like, nah, I'm good. Like, whatever. Seems like a lot of fast money is made day trading. You can. Well, I've been interested. I mean, don't be like fooled either. Like, it's not fast money because if you have, it takes time to build a system. It takes time to build the emotional and psychological fortitude to be able to trade and make that fast money. So it's like, it's a facade. It's not fast because it takes commitment and time and discipline and that learning curve takes some people years and some people less than that. It very depends person to person, but it's not fast. There's no, by no means is that true. That's bullshit. That's total bullshit. Some of my long-term positions are Nvidia. I ran ASML. Let's see, ASML, Microsoft, Key, Tesla, TSMC, and more. Seems like you're mainly like AI wave or AI forefront names. A lot of the popular names. Cool. That's good. I mean, what's your cost basis? Is it just within the last year? 3 years? You know, 2023 timeline? What's the timeline there on those holds? Here's Euro close. We have yet to move, bro. This is fascinating. We have not moved much. We're like one headline away from a fucking spike or dip. It seems that way, at least right now. We're like a headline away. There's a push. There's moment. Is this the headline? Is this the headline? This has got to be the fucking headline. Yeah, I'm gonna get stopped out here. It's come for my stop, no doubt. 604 is where I'm at. There's got to be a fucking headline on this shit. Right at Euro close. Look at that. Yeah, that's a headline candle for sure. What'd I say? What'd I say? We're one headline away from a fucking movement. I started in September. Yeah. Oh, okay. 25. That's a decent time. Nice. Well, I think it's, oh, look, man, if you have a long enough horizon and you believe in this, I think it's great. I think ASML was a good price at the time. Google too. Tesla as well. Iran too, probably. I think it dipped there on that timeline. But I think the index holds are also pretty good as well. I definitely would say that's a good choice. There's a push above UOP, but see if it holds. I mean, I'm still holding my stop. I have yet to be taken out, but this little impulse move, I would assume was a headline. It hasn't gained the traction to push past value high from Friday. So we'll see if it does. I don't see a headline. Nothing's come through my wire yet. We'll see what happens. Automated workflow. Yeah, if you can automate anything. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that we do that's pretty tedious day to day that you can automate. It's a matter of being creative enough to figure out what that is and how to create a system around it. Lebanese officials told US that Hezbollah party to ceasefire. Right there. There's a headline. Okay, Axios. Well, thanks for putting that, man. There's the headline. Lebanese officials told the US that Hezbollah is ready for full ceasefire with Israel. Fucking bunch of bullshit all over the world. The amount of fucking confusion around all this crap is annoying, to be honest. I get headlines both ways. But thanks for posting. Appreciate it. I appreciate it. See, again, the market moves more on these headlines than anything else lately. And like I said earlier, this is one headline away from a spike. That's exactly what it did a minute later. It was very timely because it's right at the euro close too. How long you been going live? I think for like a month now, give or take. A month. Appreciate that, Mr. Techno. What newswire do you have? They're very timely. Yeah, yeah, they are. They are. That's the annoying part of all of it. It's just like it's very fucking timely. It's not coincidental, I'm sure. Check out Hermes. I'll check it out. I think it's I've seen a lot of, I haven't seen any videos on it, but on YouTube I've seen a lot of discussion or titles with that in mind. I'll look into it. I think it's interesting because all the rave was like OpenClaw for a little while. And I think that's what kind of created this like general push into agentic systems. So now that you have Hermes, and then Claude kind of came out with its own. It's a very interesting time where everyone's trying to compete for that. The next it factor or product. We're on a very malleable point in this AI innovation wave. Yeah, they're pushing. Man, I'm gonna get stopped out. Here it is. Another seller. I don't think the sellers can hold now. We're above VWAP. We held pretty well. We pushed above it, came back below, respected it so far at 95s. As long as that holds, we should push into the value high, which is 602 from Friday, and then potentially higher after that. Here's my stop about a couple points away. See if they hold or not. Where's the NQ at? Oh, it's almost headed towards the overnight high. Oh, and then the YM of the Dow is reclaiming the overnight low currently. Okay. All right. Here we stop me out, man, because I'm a few points away. After that, I'm just gonna call it and walk away for the day. But we're a couple points here from hitting me. Spring has sprung. Yeah. Looks like it did. Just needed a little push from a headline, right? Two points away. Should I blow on it? See if it pushes it the other way? Maybe if I blow on it, it'll like reject this area and we'll come down. All right, here comes. I'm gonna blow on it right here. I didn't do anything. Yeah, they're on the other side of the auction. 604 is the value high from Friday, so it's pretty much my stop is right at the value high. See if they can pierce into it and then hold above it. If they can hold 604, they'd probably take out the prior day high at 611, 610 area. We're right at the tip here, and not having pushed. They're probably waiting for that next 10-minute candle or whatever. The market, the thing about the market is like it has a tendency of waiting for time before it makes the next leg. It's almost like every candle or every has like a finite movement, theoretical movement associated with it. Like within every 15-minute print, there can only be a I don't know, on average like a 20-point move every 15 minutes, something like that. There's like a theoretical movement for every time candle. I don't know how to explain it. I've noticed that a lot. That like price cannot move more than X amount on average, more than, I don't know, let's just say 20 points for every 15-minute print or candle. It happens a lot. And this is not like a black and white true false thing. It's like a over time average kind of thing. Like on average, let's just say every 15-minute candle or every hourly candle can only move 30 points up or down, or whatever, full range. There's like a time component to the market that's respected. I don't know why. Yo, if this fails, I'm not sure if it's gonna fail though. If it fails though, I'll add to the short. Buy zone held. We'll see though. I mean, they have momentum. I don't think it's gonna fucking work. We would have to get below VWAP for me to even consider adding. So like it hits here, it would have to trade down here below VWAP, and then fail this whole leg. Right now it's not looking like it. Looks like my stop's coming around the corner here. Open claw is shit. I never used it. I have no experience with it. I never used open claw, so I don't have any experience with it. Yeah, someone said it. No, that was good. One person. Nice. 13 votes. Thanks for voting. Very good. So I blew on it, but nothing happened. Jigsaw, look at MES. Jigsaw has MES. It says that it has ES data, and I'm executing the MES, but I don't know, to be honest. I don't know. I think it does have the ES data because the Sierra chart and the Jigsaw DOM, they align, but then again, they're using the same data. So I think it does show the ES, but I'm executing on the MES micros. Here's the thing. Right, this is a 15-minute candle. It looks like they've reached or extended the 15-minute candle as much as they can for now, and they're waiting 2 more minutes before they can move it anymore. So we're probably stuck here for another 2 minutes until the next candle opens. Which honestly I think is a little retarded, but that's kind of how the way the market kind of jiggles, man. It's kind of interesting. Yeah, they triple bottomed this B. Look at this. 1, a 2, a 3, a 4. Quadruple bottomed. Wow. Maybe the blow I just gave it worked. I gave it like about a couple minutes ago. See if it holds up. Man, that'd be some shit, huh? Where's the NQ? NQ is doing good. It's headed for the overnight high. Meta's down 3%. What the hell happened to Meta? Amazon's down 2.5. Tesla's down 3. Apple's down 1.5. Interesting. All right, here it is. Look, new 15-minute candle now. Now we can actually move freely again. Orla mining halts operation. Mine in Mexico. Hello? Oh, they're open till 9? Yeah. I mean, before you get Ezra, maybe? Yeah. Yeah. It takes them like 15 minutes to make it. I don't know. That's the times I've waited. That's how long it takes. man, oh man. There's my stop, like right there. Just take me out of my misery, right? Like I'm right here. My stop loss is a few points away. I'm gonna do some crazy shit. We're so close to my stop, I'm just gonna add a few more lots. Only 3. There we go. I'll add 3 lots to this B. See, if they don't take me out, that was a good add. If not, overall, bulls are holding pretty well here. I just added 3 lots. I'll add it on this one too. Okay. So if they break below, oh shit, I added too many lots on this one. It's whatever. Below VWAP. We gotta break below VWAP for this to be a failed move away from that micro range. This could be a reverse springboard. What was it? The name of that one again? Some gentleman said it earlier. Yeah, they keep it. Yeah, our programs use a strat to keep it capped. They do keep it capped. It's so apparent. Once you watch price for a while, you understand, like, they cap this shit. They cap it in increments that are like locked into terms of time, which is annoying, but it is what it is. What's the what was I gonna look for? I was gonna search up something. I already forgot what it was. Damn it. What was I gonna search up? Man, I drew a blank. I completely forgot. But yeah, I don't know if it's like algo oriented or whatever it is, but there's a cap on the market when it moves. And it's like locked in terms of time. I don't know if it's like the options market that does it for theta reasons, right? For theta decay or whatever. I don't know where the cap is, but it's somewhere. Could be a variety of different things. Oh, I remember now what it was. What's that springboard thing? What's his name? What's his name? Oh, Wyckoff. There we go. Wyckoff spring. Check it out. We can find an image that shows that. This could be a distribution part of it if they if this was a fake breakout. As an example, whatever. We'll trade this one. We'll use this one as an example. You flip it like 180, but essentially, you have a chart. Oh, yeah, here it is. It's a good one right here. The one on the right. So if you look at Wyckoff, right, like you were saying earlier, you have the consolidation push, and you have the spring, which this could be the spring right here. But now there may be forming a spring here, right? This could be the spring, and if they hold back into this area, then that was the distribution part of it. So this could be the spring. Instead of it being down here, it's up here, and that could be a failed breakout, and then we can come in. We'll see. I'm kind of pulling at straws there because the bears failed so far. So it might not be true at all. I'm just saying it could be. Look at spam margin calcs on ES Daily. This is a good upper and lower bound for the daily range. Overnight. I have my own expected move one. I probably couldn't reference both. But yes, you could create a theoretical, not a theoretical, you could make an expected move intraday movement based on the options chain. Like the expected move up or down for like the high-low boundary. I'll look that one up. I've never seen it. Let's see what you got. Thanks for sharing. Let's see. It says span margin calcs. Yes, daily. Let's see what that means. That's a CBOE site. Interesting. Get your hands on different strategies. So what's the use case here? You put in what? Because it's asking you to update a CSV file. You would update. What would you put in here? The options chain? Margin calculator. Let me read about it. Let me read about this and then we'll... Yeah, it says possible range of derivative and physical instruments. Okay. Evaluates overall portfolio risk by calculating the worst possible loss that a portfolio or derivative and physical instruments might reasonably incur over a specific period of time. So this can be one trading day. Oh, typically one day. Okay. This is done by computing the gains loss of the portfolio, blah, blah, blah. Commodity valuations. This is the organization. EME span. Yeah, it says as your price scans for the maximum price move reasonably likely to occur for that instrument for options or underlying instrument. CME has a full margin that is called deal with all. Yeah, I mean, if it's from the CME, I definitely would respect it a lot more than trying to pull my own data. Huh. I'll look into it. See, that's cool. It has a calculator for you. I'll definitely use that. Yeah, it's asking me for a file, a CSV file. Manual input. Oh, Or you can just, oh, I see. Let me see, one symbol, yes. I'll mess with it probably off stream and see how it works out, but I can see it has its own manual input to find the data. I can probably just drag a CSV file myself of the data I have access to and do it manually. That might work. So yeah, good on White Cop Spring. Oh, yeah, the White Cop Spring, yeah, that's what it was. Well, thanks for sharing, man. I'll definitely look into that today. That's pretty reasonable to use, pretty good. Oh, thank you. The top side, it called up trust. So I mean, look, you guys were here. I blew on it, bro. I blew on it, and I think that might have worked. We'll see. Not out of the woods yet, but I blew on that B. We were at 602, and I went. So, I don't know, man. There might be something to it. NQ's pulling back. The Dow is kind of reverting up. It's holding the overnight low. So it looks like there's a general rotation going on. They're rotating out of the NASDAQ and into the Dow, it seems, right now. Should you guys call it the NASDAQ or the NAS crack? Ooh, load. Where are all my lots at? Here they are. Okay. It is 420 points for NQ today. You mean like the range? Yes, it's 40 points. Well, seems so far that's been true for the expected move. What's the high? Let's see. 7602 minus 767,577. 25. So another 25. So 25 from there is what? 7577 minus 25. 752. 7602 plus 25. So 27 or 52 pretty much is the move, right? Pretty much 40 points from the current open. So it would need an additional 25, give or take, points. I don't know if I did that really quick math, but boom. It's failing out here. Ooh, Lord, are we gonna get paid? Just being patient. Put into, you know what? I have one. Oh, come on. Another volatility move. Another headline. Let's see. What was I saying? It distracted me completely. I have one that I do for the weekly. So, I do a weekly expected move one. So you do a daily. You can do a daily. I have one for the week. Oh yeah, good reference point. If it's from the CME, definitely. I mean, it knows its shit for sure. I wouldn't. Once you said it was in the CME, I was like, come on, dude. What are they doing here? What is this junk? It keeps popping. It keeps popping here. Like volume injection keeps hitting the tape here. Anyway, it tested VWAP and held perfectly. Look at it. Fuckers. But I have a week. So anyway, talking about that, I do post the weekly expected move as well on X. The weekly one is right. Where is it? Oh, here it is. So the weekly expected move on the S&P and Nasdaq are right here. And the funny thing is that last week's expected move hit perfectly. So this is this week's for this week expiration, 7682 on the high end, 7502 on low end. Last week was the, where is it at? Where is the weekly for the, oh, here it is. So on the S&P, the one for last week's Friday, the expected moves was 75.90. If you go look at the close from Friday, it was 75.90. So let's check it out. I think I posted it too here. Weekly expected move. Where is it at? Where's that bad boy at? Here it is. So weekly expected move for the week was 75.90. We ended the week right at the level marking the weekly close. EM right there. The close, 75.90. So they pinned it to that expected move from that I had given a week prior. I gave it on May 23rd, and then on May 29th, they pinned it, closed it right there, 590. So that I do like the expected move stuff. Like I use it for the week. I don't have one for a month, but yeah. SpaceX IPO, I was thinking about buying some shares and selling it before it goes to crap, maybe. I thought you were a long-term investor, Jiggy. Come on, man. I think that allocation is more important than trying to time it. So I don't know what your... I think there's definitely hype around the stock, right? A lot of confusion and hype around it. If you're looking for a short-term trade, I think allocation is the question here. How much of your portfolio are you going to allocate 1% for a trade, right? Like the key question is allocation, I would say. I think I'm willing to, I'd be interested in buying. But with a small allocation, right? An allocation of 1% of my portfolio or 2%. You know, no more than that. And if you're looking to trade out of it, I don't know. For me personally, I would allocate and sell. Like if I bought 2% worth, I would sell 1% of that position on some appreciation if it goes up 50, 60% or something crazy like that. Given it's an IPO, a lot of hysteria around it, I wouldn't be surprised if that does happen at some point, you know. But I think allocation is the more important thing. How much percent are you willing to put into the momentum trade? Because it's a momentum trade, I think, in the immediate term. That you're willing to risk and that you're comfortable with, right? It's not going to change your life, but you're going to have exposure. You're going to trade in and out of it. If that's the idea, then the percent allocation is the question you're asking, right? Or the question you should be asking. Yeah, the span range does hold price 96% of the time. It did that back in May 14th. We hit the expected move and sold off into Friday. So the funny thing is, like, the expected move, I don't think I posted it that week, but on this week, the expected move was right here. Price broke above it, and we ended up closing the week below it on the expected move. This was Friday. We gapped out on Friday. So the expected move, I use that as a reference for like when we are trading at unfair prices. Wow, thanks, gonna subscribe, great channel. Hey, thanks, man. So like the questions when in terms of portfolio management, and I think allocation is important because that helps you feel comfortable holding the trade or that position because it doesn't affect the portfolio as a whole, net as much. And psychologically, you can hold that, right? You can bear through it. So I always go in that terms. Like, do I want to take the trade? Is it a momentum trade? Do I really believe in the company because of the valuation or whatever it is? Then I think in terms of allocation. So if you have a $10,000 portfolio, you know, 1% or whatever, it's like $100, not much, but whatever number that is for you, it could be 5%, maybe instead $500, you know, maybe that's better. So how many monitors do you have? 4. I have 4. I have one above with the YouTube, my newswire, a higher time frame volume profile, TPO profile. I have this screen you're looking at, and then on my left side I have a bunch of other time frames open, higher time frames open on the left side with a weekly volume profile and higher time frame levels. And then on the right side I have all the internals for the market, and then a small YM, a Dow, a small NQ chart, Substack, and a higher time frame chart. 4 of them. Yeah, he did. I saw. Boring as shit. Yeah. The Dow is failing to hold the overnight low after it tried to bounce into it, and then the NQ is pulling a tad a bit. I don't know, my portfolio is a little over 4K at this point. Makes you uneasy? Yeah, then I mean no point in purchasing it if it makes you uneasy, you know? Like no reason to buy hype if it makes it uneasy. There's better stuff to be buying if that's the case. I wouldn't be... The emphasis of burning cash, it looks bad from a valuation standpoint, but I mean, how good of a metric has that been over the last 10 years? If you look at the last 10 years and you referenced like Amazon, Netflix, even Tesla at some point, or for a good amount of time, when was the cash burn ever a problem? If you were buying Amazon in 2012, 14, even up to 15 before they had AWS as a commercial product, they were a cash burning machine. Netflix was the same up until I think 2018. Cash burn was negative. So I mean, I don't know. It just, I think when you try to quantify things based on cash burn, and you go back and look back the last 10 years and you think about all those huge companies that have created life-changing products, it didn't really matter. But there's also a time which they probably will go EPS positive, and you could still buy it at that time and still make still generate a return on that, because you didn't have to buy Amazon when it was burning cash or Netflix when it was burning cash. It still ended up appreciating and going higher even after they turned EPS positive. So you don't have to buy it right away, but also using the cash burn as a concern or a metric to say it's not worth buying, there's some holes you can poke in that thesis, because it didn't work for a few companies that we interact with day to day within the last 10 years. It's an update, yeah. I think it looks at your emails, right? Yeah. Oh, that's great. So I hope that... Ah. Oh, because you search that in Google search, not in Gemini, right? Oh yeah, because of the Google searches. Yeah. Yeah. No worries.
You opened a blind?
No. Wait a little bit. What? It gets all over my face.
It was good.
So let's see. We got momentum to the downside. It put in a failed breakout potentially. Is this gonna pay or not? Come on. I have a lot to learn from invest. I mean, it's a journey, right? You know, it's a journey for sure. I think if there's one thing to know as it relates to that investing question, it's like time in the market beats time trying to time it. You could have a really terrible fill, but over time it evens out. I thought we were gonna have him install it.
Yeah, but order it now.
Yeah. Yeah. I think my god, it's 9 or Jesus, what the? Alright, well. Last thing I bought Microsoft back in September 503. I've been sitting my ass kicked ever since. Slowly increasing though. I think, why did Microsoft dip? Was it was related to something. I think it was the whole Claude code thing. Do you have a video explaining the chart on the top right? I don't actually. That's a good question. I don't. I can make one, but I don't have one. I have a post about it. If you want to read it, I'll post it here. I have a Substack post about it. Let me share it on the chat here. Let me see. I have a post that you can read. I think it's probably good enough for now. Let me share it. Me? I know. It's so funny. I know. So I have this post here. It says daily, it says think like a real estate appraiser. So it relates to the market profile you're asking. It kind of helps give some context. You want to read it? I think like if you're looking to buy like a mega cap or a big cap like Microsoft or any, but what is it? Like what is it tracking? It's tracking the amount of time that was spent at a certain price and the amount of volume that was transacted at that price. And each one shows it shows one entire New York session. So this is Friday's trading session from New York. And it shows where price spent the most amount of time on the left side. And then of all that time that was spent, where all the volume traded. So you can clearly see that the range on Friday was very balanced. And that price was evenly distributed in terms of time and volume, up and down. And also it was higher than Thursday's value. So price migrated higher and spent time above Thursday's high. And volume also traded above Thursday's high, hinting that there's an uptrend from Thursday to Friday. Currently, right now, you have the Friday session here, and you have Thursday or Monday session here, they're evenly distributed to some extent, but volume is trading slightly below value from Friday, potentially indicating that there's an imbalance down, but too early to say. It's currently still within balance. So it just kind of gives you an overview of like what happened as in mass in terms of participation for the entire given session. So like a candlestick chart will show you where price went up and down, but it won't show you where most of the volume traded in a very simple format. So this one gives you like an under the hood view of all the candle movements that occurred in that session, which kind of paints a picture. It gives you like a picture of the auction for the day. They're still holding the short. We've been in this thing since, let's see, I can actually, what time is it here? Since 6:30, 6:40, around there. And I added to the short here at, I added more at 8:35, 8:33, somewhere around there within the last 30 minutes or hour. I added to the short right there. And we're still holding it. Great explanation, no problem. The post will be more thorough than what I just explained, but that was kind of like introduction. Now I see it. How do you manage to see the trade in both Sierra and Jigsaw? I'm using the exact same setup and of course the execution in Jigsaw, but naturally I don't. Oh, okay, so you have to but naturally I don't see. So on Sierra you have to log in to that same Rhythmic data feed. So I think on here, yeah, right, main settings. Yeah, you need to log into the same Rhythmic account on Sierra as you do on Jigsaw. And then if you want to see the executions on there, you just got to make sure that you go to trade and then you have chart trade mode on, and you can see orders and positions and fills, these sections on whatever chart it is that you want to see those on. You don't have to have them on all of them. So when you do log into the data feed, make sure it's the same. Normally you can log in twice. I have no problem with it. So I log in first to Sierra and then I log in second to Jigsaw. That makes sense. So like I first open Sierra, log into the Rhythmic, and then I log in after to Jigsaw. And I'm able to have them open. I don't know. Let's see. I can pull up the win right here. Give me a sec. Where is the data here? Let's see, the last 30 days. 63% is the win rate. I don't know the 63% win rate. The Sharpe ratio, my journal calculates that, but right now it's kind of messy because it has missing gaps in the data. So watch. Let's see if I can pull that here. So the dashboard. So there's a trade log and it has missing gaps in the data. Some of the trades don't register, so the Sharpe ratio won't be accurate because it's missing the data. Yeah, so I don't have the Sharpe ratio yet. Eventually, when I fix the journal here within the next few, I don't know, week or so, I'll have that data. How often do you go live? Monday through Friday. All right, I'm gonna head out. This is way later than what I expect to be live too, but I'll be back tomorrow. You know, I'll leave the position where it is. See how this plays out. We're just chopping around. This could be just like another Friday where we just balance out, do nothing until further developments with this whole Iran BS. Because they're lying both ways. You got a headline pre-market saying that they have no deal. Then you have another one that comes in a few hours later says there is a deal. It's just bullshitting both ways. I think the underlying is pretty straightforward. There was like missile attacks and further escalation over the weekend. So I think that the second headline is probably bullshit, but we'll know later. I'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks for tuning in.